Sloths are listed as a least concern species currently in Costa Rica, but from my experience over the last 16 years, it is wildly wrong.
I'm gonna find them. Why not?
It is day 2 out with the Sloth Conservation Foundation and Fahlo. And look at this cool tree. This is crazy growth going on here. But we're here to look at sloths. So the team has spotted a sloth way up in the trees here. There's actually quite a lot of sloths in this area, but they are urban sloths. So it's not necessarily meaning that their numbers and population is healthy or stable. Right now it's listed as least concern, but that's not really accurate because there hasn't been a census done in a really long time, because sloths are tricky to study. But it's nice that there's some here because it makes it easier to find them and study them. So there is one up in the tree behind me here. It's hanging out on the branch way up there. And there's another one up here that we're gonna check out.
So we just found one of Fahlo's sloths named Esmeralda. And we've been using a couple tools to do that. We have the Fahlo app. We know she's in the area, but it's been so hard to find her, locate her. She's so camouflaged in these treetops. She's super far up. So we got the drone out, and the drone has spotted her. You can see that she's up there. You can see the actual GPS collar on her that allows you to track her. And so the only problem is now is, how do we get her down? We know she's healthy, but we can't get her down to change that tracker. This is just another challenge in sloth conservation.
So it is not possible to climb up this tree. It's just too hectic. There's too much foliage. It's too difficult to climb up. So we're gonna leave this sloth be, but it's pretty cool to know where it is and to see what the sloth team can do to find sloths in the field. So now we're gonna look for a different sloth instead. All right, we are at our second location. We've just pulled over on the side of the road here, and we're looking for a sloth named Diana, who is somewhere in this area. So the team has the triangulation system transmitters up. Let's see if we can find her. So what is this device called?
So this is a VHF receiver, and it links with the VHF collars that the sloths are wearing. So what we're doing is picking up the signal. It comes in beeps. It's kind of like a treasure hunt. Like the signal comes in the most strong from the direction where the sloth is.
I'm gonna find them. It's definitely in here. Yeah. So we've now located the sloth is in this tree. It's just now, how do we get to the sloth in this massive tree?
That is our sloth.
There you go. There's not a lot of research on sloths and not a lot of people doing conservation work on sloths. So what is your organization and what do you actually focus on trying to achieve?
We're an organization that focuses on conserving sloths in the wild. So trying to understand them, understand their requirements, what do they need to survive, what's happening to them, and how can we help them. So I've been studying sloths now for 16 years here in Costa Rica. There's a lot of problems that they're facing. So a lot of our work focuses on trying to help local communities peacefully coexist with sloths. So we've got, wildlife bridges, reforestation, alternative income programs, and there's still a lot of research because it's really difficult to protect something if you can't understand it. Sloths are so poorly understood. There's so much we don't know.
The one being the actual status of the animal. The IUCN states is concerned, but you have a different thought on that.
Sloths are listed as a least concern species currently in Costa Rica, but from my experience over the last 16 years, it is wildly wrong. So I've seen sloths completely disappear from areas where even 5 years ago they were very abundant. But it's going completely undocumented because there's never been a population count on sloths. A huge project we've got going on at the moment is the very first sloth census. So we're going to different areas around Costa Rica and counting how many sloths are living there and monitoring how that's changing over time. with the ultimate goal of being able to prove with scientific data exactly what's happening and what we're seeing on the ground and get them better legal protection as a species.
And as you can see, it's so hard to spot sloths. So we're gonna go out with a scat detection dog and help us locate and find sloths in the area.
So this is the census day. We start really early. Here is next to the road, but sometimes we have to walk like 20 minutes with all the equipment on us to get to the site and start doing everything. And then when you are done, after walking for 3 hours.
So right now we're doing a census, which is essentially trying to understand the population of sloths in 12 different sites. Now what we'll do is, right now we have a detection dog going around and trying to find scat at the bottom of trees. She's been trained to locate sloth scat. We'll use a dog, we'll use a drone, a thermal on it to understand and see through the canopies where sloths are. And then we'll actually do a visual. So we'll take binoculars and we'll do all of these transects a few different times to understand sloth population in these areas, to understand if sloths are actually truthfully listed as least concern. And it's our understanding that they're probably not, and it's much worse of a problem than what we know. The barking signals that we found poo. So let's go over and see if Keisha has actually found a sloth up in a tree.
As you see, since we have found like probably more than one sloth has pooped here, we don't know how to count it now, so we always try to poop and then get like a weight, and this is how we estimate the quantity of sloths we found in one area.
The thing with sloths is they cannot run, they can't jump, they can't fly. So they rely on the canopies of neighboring trees physically connecting. That's the only way they can move through their environment. And at the healthy rainforest, this is not a problem. The trees are connected by a million different vines, everything's interconnected. But as soon as you come into an urban area, you do still have trees, but they're fragmented. You've got this break. So the sloths come down to the ground and crawl through people's gardens or over the road or, across the beach path. And then you've got electrocutions on the power lines is a really big problem. Just in this small region, we get 3,000 sloth electrocutions per year.
They're listed as least concern. What is your probable status?
I like that we're getting this on camera, so in 10 years' time we can look back and there'll be record that I was right. The problem with sloths is there's never been a population count. Nobody even knows where the population distributions are. If you look at the current distribution maps for the different species, they literally have question marks on the maps, right? I'm quite sure that sloths are endangered, if not worse. The populations are declining very rapidly, but we need the baseline data. And then we need to compare it over many years and show what's happening. So first step is to get an understanding of where are the sloths living and in what numbers currently. And then we can start looking at how that's changing over time. And also then we can start assessing the impacts of conservation strategies as well.
GPS tracking collars and data trackers have become indispensable in this process. It provides insights to the sloth's movements, habitat preferences, and the overall well-being. Fahlo plays a pivotal role in this, providing tracking tools that support in sloth conservation. This collaboration not only helps track a sloth, but helps gather valuable data and information for the best chance to sloths and providing them the opportunity to survive in the wild.
No, pero no hasta arriba. Déjalo.
Don't let her anywhere near you. She's frothing at the mouth. Fahlo and Slotho are slowly chipping away at understanding this complex and surprisingly elusive and evasive animal.